Today's show brought to you by HP.
Hey Andrea. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Andrea Vascellari. You know, Andrea's a great guy. He's I think born in Venice. He's an Italian guy who lives in Finland. And I was in Finland last year and tweeted that I was going to be there, and a couple of people, including Andrea, actually showed up at my hotel, took me around, showed me the town. It was awesome, Helsinki. It was amazing to be there with him. He actually lectures marketing, and he did a little experiment with his class, and they actually sent me a video called "I Want to Have a Conversation with You." You can be in Helsinki, you can be halfway around the world, you can be a student, and you can still break through. You can still connect with anyone, anytime, except maybe Oprah, but you can get hold of anybody, any brand, and hopefully they take the time and the care and the consideration to respond to you in an authentic fashion. So the first question is how to reach consumers without them feeling like they're being brainwashed. Well, you know what the thing is that, you know, if you have to rely on hyperbole and exaggeration, if you have to advertise to them, if you have to talk at them or to them as opposed to with them, if you have to use babies and bunnies and sex and birdies and basically euphemisms and metaphors, if you can't just actually kind of keep it real and tell it straight, if you don't have benefits, if your product isn't superior, then you are going to have to be able to try and fool them into buying you, or bully them into buying you through repetition and frequency. So I think at the end of the day is this concept of brainwashing people, subliminal advertising. I mean, the whole conversational space couldn't be further away from it. But here's an interesting question from you guys. People are so used to being interrupted by 30-second spots. Won't they miss them when they're not around anymore? Or will they feel disoriented in this new conversational space where everything is disseminated through social networking and Facebook, etc.? I think it's an interesting question, and I don't think anybody's actually articulated it as well as you guys did. We are so used to it that we might miss it when it's gone. You know, the other day I was actually watching, I think it was the NBA Finals on ABC, and I actually decided to watch a few spots, and they were quite good actually. They were quite entertaining. I can't remember any of them. Is there a better channel than the internet to use? I suppose there is, and I wouldn't get hung up on the World Wide Web and browsers. I like to think about digital as being an evolved way compared to what would have been called analog. So, you know, if you think about mobile, if you think about your iPhone, is that the internet? I'm not really sure it is anymore when we think about iPhone apps. I'm not sure that iPhone apps are essentially online advertising. I'm not sure that they are the web or the internet as much as they are a digital form of communication, because with digital comes so much more functionality. So I guess the answer is yes, there are better ways than the internet. But I'm not sure that necessarily those ways would not involve or incorporate aspects of digital and technology. What about engagement through real feelings and emotion? Is that asking too much? No, of course it isn't. You know, I often say that the real emotion that should be part of our business is the emotion of the heart. It's when we care about something, when we feel something, when we really are moved to act and to share and to comment and to respond. That emotion is always going to be not just important, but maybe arguably the most important aspect of our business. The final question is really, what is preventing organizations from joining the conversation? Now, I've been asked these kinds of questions a lot in the past, and so forgive me if I'm repeating it, but I probably would just very succinctly settle on two things. One is this idea of lack of or loss of control, and the other one is this idea of coping with negativity. You know, we want people, as I've said before, we want people to laugh with us. We don't want them to laugh at us. We want people to love us. We don't want people to hate us. We want all the compliments, but we can't deal with the complaints. Well, guys, you need to get used to both of them. And you need to realize that whether people love us or hate us is a lot better than if they just actually have no point of view, don't care, have no feeling, are completely indifferent and ignorant towards us.